Hi, good afternoon. It's been a long time since we have met and discussed about many medical terms. So I'm back again here because I have been getting a lot of queries about the COVID-19 vaccinations and a lot of myths and misinformation is there among the public. So I thought it is my duty to clarify these doubts. So first of all, I would like to say that vaccines have been there for ages. When we were children, we have been vaccinated with BCG. We have received the diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus vaccine. We have received the typhoid vaccine and so on. And so many vaccines we have received in childhood. Even in adulthood now, we are recommending pneumococcal vaccines and influenza vaccines regularly. So then what is new about this COVID-19 vaccination? Why there is so much of fear and misconceptions about this vaccine? So that's what I wanted to clarify, that vaccines are not a new thing and it is there to protect us from many diseases and not to cause any harm. To begin with, let me say the first, most questions we are asked to me is, am I eligible for the vaccination, or who are eligible for vaccination? Well, as part of our government's policy, the first thing they have rightfully done is to vaccinate all the healthcare providers. And because these people are more at risk of getting COVID and its complications. So once that is completed, then the more than 50 years of age and people between 45 to 60 years who are having comorbidities. By comorbidities, I mean like diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, chronic lung disease, kidney disease, liver disease, any of these chronic conditions which makes these patients vulnerable to develop complications of COVID if they develop COVID infection. So these are the next group which are at presently going on. The vaccination drive is going on, and then subsequently all other population also will be vaccinated. And vaccination is a sure way of inducing a good and robust immune response to fight against this deadly coronavirus. Most people ask me, is it mandatory for me to take the vaccine? Well, legally, it's not mandatory. It is a voluntary procedure. But my advice to all of you is please go ahead and get vaccinated. Because, as I mentioned, if you have any of these comorbidities, you are at a higher risk. And whether you have any comorbidities or not, see, COVID infection may be mild for most of the people, but few of them who are really going into complications, it is quite bad for them with long-term complications. So it is always wise to go and get vaccinated and be protected against this COVID-19 infection. The other question people ask me is, how safe are the vaccines because they are made in such a short time and the permission is given in such a short time to be made. Be sure all drug authorities, not only in India, all over the world, including our country as well, they will issue the permission only and only when they are doubly sure that they are both safe and effective. So rest assured, 100% you can go and get vaccinated, even though that actually you must appreciate the scientists because they've done a tremendous job to develop so many vaccines in such a short time and which are really safe and very effective. And then people ask another question is, sir, I have already had a COVID infection. Okay, so shall I receive the vaccine now? I had it in sometime in December, for example. The answer to that is, if you have a if you already had a COVID infection, if it was mild to moderate, the recommended period of gap is around 4 to 6 weeks. After recovering from COVID, after 4 to 6 weeks, you can go ahead and take the vaccination. If you have been seriously ill with COVID-19 when you received any, this monoclonal antibodies or plasma therapy, then you are supposed to wait for 90 days before going and taking the COVID vaccine. Secondly, if you are having symptoms which are of COVID or suspicious of COVID, please don't go and take the vaccine at that time because you will infect others who are sitting there. Wait for the 14 days or 17 days for the time to lapse before the COVID gets negative. And then you can go as per the recommendations of 4 to 6 weeks, you can go and get vaccinated. So don't get vaccinated when you have active COVID, but get vaccinated after recovering from the COVID after the stipulated time which I have mentioned you. Other doubts have been raised because there are two vaccines available now and many more are going to come. So whether to take either of which one to take. My answer is both vaccines are safe. Okay. And Both are absolutely safe. Both have been studied thoroughly. So whichever is being given in your hospital, please go and take the vaccine, and be sure that you cannot interchange the vaccine. So if you take, for example, first dose of Covishield, you have to take the second dose after 28 days of Covishield only. If we have taken first dose of Covaxin, the second dose have to be of Covaxin only. And then ours, many people are doubting the Covaxin initially, but now the data is out. Covaxin is almost 81% protective, so it is almost equal or better in some aspects than the other vaccine. So whichever is available, you can go ahead and take the vaccine. Some doubts are raised, and they ask me that can I develop COVID after taking the COVID vaccination? No. The basic principle of COVID is we are not injecting a live virus into you. Okay, either it's an mRNA vaccine, which is not available here, the Pfizer and the Moderna are mRNA vaccines. What we have is a viral vector vaccine or inactivated vaccine. What this does is, when this is inactivated vaccine or a viral vector vaccine is injected in us, a harmless virus which resembles the coronavirus. Okay, it's not a live coronavirus. Remember, it's a harmless, modified, virus which is of very, very, very low potency, which doesn't cause any disease. That is injected. That is called a vector. And when this injects, this virus will deliver certain instructions to our cells to produce antibodies. And these instructions are delivered in the form of genetic material. So remember one thing, people again have a doubt, okay, when this genetic material is produced by the virus, will it affect my DNA? No, this genetic material is not entering our human cells. Its job is only to instruct the human cells to produce immune cells and to boost up the immune cells, which will recognize the spike protein of the real coronavirus and help us to build a robust immunity against the real coronavirus and fight against the virus. So in summary, by taking a vaccine, it stimulates your immune system. It makes it more robust and strong to detect any virus infection. If you happen to come in contact with a corona patient again, it will detect it, it will kill the virus fast so that you do not develop the disease or its complications later on. So that is the basic principle of vaccine. Yes, minor side effects are there, like for the first 48 hours, you may have some local side pain or mild headache. Few people have had some nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever, but all these things, they disappear in the next 48 hours or so. Some people ask me, sir, will I, once I have taken the vaccine, if I go for RT-PCR test, will I test positive because I've taken the vaccine? Remember, I told you we are not injecting live vaccine. We are injecting either inactivated vaccine or a viral vector. So you are not going to be RT-PCR positive after a vaccine, but you will develop antibodies. So the level of antibody rise, how long will the antibody rise? How long will the benefits of vaccine last? That nobody knows. A lot of work is being done on that. So we know it is there, producing antibodies, good antibodies, and good protection. How long will it last? We don't know. It's a new virus. Studies are still being on. But like any other vaccine, and then the question comes, see, sir, it is not very 100% protective. So why should I take? Tell me which vaccine is 100% protective. For so many years, we have been taking vaccines, but which vaccine is 100% protective? None of them. Maximum vaccine efficiency goes from 72 to 75% to 92 to 95%. And then it depends on the person's age who is receiving the vaccine, on the underlying conditions he has, and his immune system, and so many other factors play a part. So that's why don't be, under the misconception that is not 100% protective. So why should I take it? It gives you almost 80 to 90% of protection, which is very, very worthwhile, and to take this vaccine. So these are the reasons why a person should go and get the benefit of being vaccinated. But remember, being vaccinated does not mean that you should not wear a mask. It is 100% mandatory to follow the procedures, the 3 golden rules, in spite of being vaccinated. Wear a mask. Number 2, maintain social distancing of 6 feet, 2 gaj ki duri maintain kariye. Number 3, proper hand washing and sanitizing. These three are the golden rules which are going to stay in spite of taking the vaccination. Okay, so I hope I have cleared most of the myths and doubts, and I will be in my subsequent videos, I'll be talking to you more about the coronavirus and its attendant complications. Thank you so much.